Good evening, Westwood, and welcome to Bader Gymnasium for TVL Large Matchup. Folks, we are live. There is nothing better than live coverage, and we have a very special guest. We have the head coach of your Westwood Wolverines football team, Brad Pindell, part of the class of 1989?
Yes.
There we go. And, Coach, very glad to have you, and delighted to have you here in the Dedham Savings booth tonight.
Thank you very much. Very honored to be here, and I look forward to a very good game.
No question about it. So, I mean, these are two teams that have been playing each other for the last 50-plus years.
Wow.
When the Tri-Valley League, so Westwood, prior to the Tri-Valley League, they were in the dual county. And right around, I think, 1973 is when Westwood moved over there. And Ashland was part of the TVL then, and that's when the rivalry started, very similar to, Holliston and Hopkinton. But it's a rivalry that's been around. You know, this year, what a team they had football-wise for Ashland, and a great matchup, you know, on the road. Ashland had quite the, talented running back, and, it's great to see when TVL teams are as talented as they are and where there's some good battles, and, there's no free win when it comes to Tri-Valley League sports.
Certainly, there's certainly not. And Ashland's a well-coached team. Kevin, the running back, made all-division.
Yep.
He's a heck of a player, and, it was... I'm not going to lie, I'm happy to see him leave.
Yeah.
Makes our job a little easier. He's a great player. And
good
they're
defender,
well
too.
Yeah,
really
he
good
could
defender.
do a lot.
Yeah. And both teams, so coming into tonight, the Wolverines 6-2. They had a tough loss early this week versus Dedham. That one got away a little bit. You know, had a quick conversation with Coach Douglas where it sounded like Dedham's defense was fantastic and very tough to break. But those are sometimes good losses where you learn something from it. Ashland coming into tonight's game 1-9 on the year. So they're still trying to figure out kind of their identity and get their game going. But here's a great opportunity for the Wolverines coming out of a tough loss to get right back in the win column and to get to 7-2, which is, the goal for tonight's game. Absolutely.
I think an important part is going to be, how do they rebound from a loss? And a lot of that falls on, the leadership of the team. Did they have these guys focused? This is a 9-1 team, and you can look at records and make assumptions, but you got to come out and play the game and hit your shots and play your defense. And hopefully Westwood, had a good couple of days of practice and they're laser focused and realize that like any given night anyone can win, and you got to bring your A game.
So one of the funnest, which I don't even know if we're making up words here, but we're going to go with it. But one of the funnest themes of the season so far has been Leo Chalangwa. You texted me right after the Hopkinton game. The first thing you said wasn't Westwood won, 75-63. You said another dunk from Leo.
Yeah.
Which that has been a fun theme so far this year. He is 2 dunks on the season, and both those dunks, Wolverines got big wins. Yeah. So if we see a dunk tonight, I'm feeling pretty darn good about our chances. But, that has been an emergence. It's not even just a one-handed dunk. He's doing the two-handed slam, which is a lot harder.
No, he likes his two-handed dunks. And, again, if Westwood can get out and get running, that means that they're playing good defense and they're creating turnovers and, they're letting their athletes run the court and take their shots and dunk the ball and do all the different things that, all the different skill sets they have. And when they can't get that ball, play good defense and get out and running is when, it's a lot closer. And hopefully tonight they can get out and get running.
And, it was actually a great call by Tom Nappy over at Hopkinton, because I think Ty threw him the ball. And he goes, Pindell airs it out. Chalangwa to the hoop with the dunk. And it was like, it sounded like a football call, But
actually, I think Ty has both his dunk assists.
I think you're right, which does a really good job. It doesn't matter the sport of airing a ball out to an open receiver. But, man, imagine if Leo had played football. Where would you have put him out there? Tight end? He could be a receiver on the outside.
He definitely would have been a skilled kid. I mean, he's so fast. He's so athletic. Get the ball in his hands. Let him do stuff in space. And defensively, I mean, put him down as a D end.
Yeah, you put him on the edge? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, good luck trying to pass block against him.
Now, he reminds me of like that wide receiver from Malden Catholic.
Yeah.
Big, I think it was number 4.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
He's back. I think he's only a junior.
Is he really?
Yeah.
And is that back on the schedule for next year? Wow, there we go.
Yep.
Breaking news, folks. So that's what for all you tuning in, you didn't know you were just going to get some basketball knowledge and also live coverage. We're getting breaking news about the football season as well. So I heard there's some other exciting non-league games.
There are. We actually just finalized our schedule yesterday, and we're going to open up home against Grafton.
Yep.
And then we get to host Bellingham and hopefully do better this year and rebound against them. Then we're going to be at Malden Catholic, and that's an early start at 6 o'clock. So Boston traffic on a Friday afternoon, getting there by 6. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
And then we'll be at Medway, and then we get into league play.
That's going to be awesome. And, from watching, the season this year and the talent that the Wolverines have and also the talent they had developing, really excited about the years to come, in addition to, the celebrating of what this year was. So most recently, the Mass High School Coaches Association just came out with the all-division teams. Ty picked as quarterback for all-division 4, and then Keelan McDonald, honorable mention for all-division 4. That's got to be pretty cool to see some of the guys get recognition.
It really is. And they, I'm happy for both of them. They put a tremendous amount of work in the off season. They put a tremendous work in season. Yeah. And to get that kind of recognition is something they should both be proud of. And and they both too. When I congratulated both of them too. Said it's not really it's the whole team.
It is.
And they all realize it's football's an 11-person sport, and everyone has to do their part for them to have the success they had.
Yeah. No question about it. But it was really awesome to see. I remember, I think Donegan got that last year. So it's an impressive award. It doesn't happen often. You got to have a good season, and Wolverines have had good seasons the last couple of years. But awesome to see in a very competitive Division 4. When you look at the teams in Duxbury, Scituate, there's plenty others too. But it's just pretty cool to see that. But one of the themes from the Dedham game, it sounded like, was the bench really starting to really make their impact out there.
Absolutely. I was really impressed in the third quarter. Late in the third quarter, Coach Douglas subbed in. Basically took out the entire starting lineup, and I thought the younger guys really stepped up. Their energy was good. They were very positive. They created turnovers. They were able to. I think. They hit the only 3 of the game for Westwood. Unfortunately, they struggled from the 3-point line, but they hit it. They created a spark that cut the lead from like 18 down to 10, and it was really impressive to watch those guys. Teddy McGowan had an outstanding game. I think he went to the line 4 times. He really is starting to pick up his game. Yeah,
he's a kid that had a heck of a season on the football field as well. Great baseball player too, and nothing cooler, Coach, than you get athletes that are. Kids of Westwood High grads and athletes themselves too. It's the best.
Oh, it is. Again, I went to high school with Teddy's dad, Eddie, and it's awesome to be able to coach these kids, and they're hardworking, they're great kids, they're respectful, and they're physical, and everything you can want in an athlete that you coach.
So, football player yourself?
Yes.
Was there any other sports that you played? Did you dabble in the basketball back in the day?
Just in the CYO world.
Yeah, that's legendary as well.
State champs my senior year in CYO basketball. Beat Peabody in the championship.
There we go. A little St. Margaret Mary's action, or were you other side of town?
St. Margaret Mary's. A little Jim Pinciaro, Jim the Wrestling
Goon.
Oh,
we know him very well.
Jim the Wrestling Goon was on our team. He drove me to the game. I still remember it.
Yep. He was a football player too.
No, Jimmy was all basketball.
Okay, I know he's friends with Coach Crabtree.
Yep.
But that's awesome. I mean, those CYOs. You got to give a shout out to Kenny Fiscaldo.
Oh my God!
Like, what a legend in Westwood, and it's not just the boys CYO, it's the girls too. Like Bill Riley gave a shout out on the podcast episode we did about CYO basketball and Kenny Fiscaldo, and he's been doing it since the 70s. When you look at like the McCoys that came through, and you look at the girls from the 70s, the girls in the 80s were fantastic. Guys, I believe won a state championship in '85 for basketball. A lot of them came through the CYO program.
100%. They didn't even have Metro back when I played. It was all CYO. So it was, and it was actually a cut sport back then, and it was a high level thing, and it gave you an opportunity when you were younger to really get into some of the competition. And Ken's done a phenomenal job, and he still does. He puts his heart and soul into that program, and it's I'm lucky enough to coach in it right now with my youngest, but the kids really enjoy it, and we wouldn't be able to have that kind of fun without his hard work and effort.
when you have someone that dedicates just years and years and years, understands the game the way that he does, also is one of your own, so when you guys are winning and representing not only your town, your parish, there's nothing better. And, no one more proud than him when it comes to it. And I remember I used to get tutored by his daughter, Leslie.
Yep.
And, we were done tutoring, and we were coming home with St. Margaret Mary's CYO basketball shirts. And it was like nothing more proud to wear than that,
Leslie, class of '89, one of my classmates.
There we go. Look at life coming full circle, full circle. It was nothing more. One of the best finds in the last few months was the picture of the football team. I think it was '87.
Yep.
Where it's Mike Mao and you in the same photo.
Yep.
It's absolute classic photo. But it's really cool because as much as things change, things, stay the same with people who are still hovered around the program, that love it, that love the town, that love to go to the gym, Bader Gymnasium on a Friday night. A lot of people we see in here, they don't have any kids on the team, but they're here to watch Westwood Wolverines because they still bleed green.
It's something to be said about the community, right? People want to stay here, they want to be part of it, and when you leave, you want to come back. And, so many people do, are lucky enough to do it and come and live in town. And it's a great town. It's a great school system. And the sports are top notch. I mean, all the coaches in the high school level are all locked in, and all the coaches in the lower level, they all get, your job is to just get them ready for high school, right?
Yeah.
The wins and losses don't really matter when you're in Metro or CYO. It's about developing those skills so when they're out here on a Friday night like tonight, they can be at the top of their game and compete with anyone that walks on this court.
They got a great coach in Ryan Douglas. And what I love about him is old school kind of mentality. This man was a Marine, so he is a total bad, he's a bad man. But he's old school. He's tough as nails. And, one of the quotes he told me early this season was, Coach Liebrock, who's on his squad, has been on his squad for a while and has been part of Westwood for a while. He goes, "This is the toughest guy I know." And he goes, "I've been around Marines. I've been around the toughest of the toughest, and this guy is one of the toughest that I know." And to have guys like that on your staff, they are more focused on not only getting them prepared for games, but preparing these kids for life. And they're doing a pretty good job at it.
100%. And he does a great job of that. And it's discipline, not necessarily all around basketball. It's discipline that's going to help them in life. It's going to help them when they're in their workplace. It's going to help them in their marriages. He does a great job of developing men. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know a coach in the program, the entire school, that isn't about that. It's we all want to win. We're all competitors, all the coaches, right? That's our job. But really, we all know deep down our job is develop these men and women into becoming the best people they can be and prepare them for life. And sports does a lot of that and helps them on that track.
Yeah, there's no question about it. We had a funny quote. I saw a friend the other day, and the family wasn't, going through a battle. A member of the family was going through a battle, and you know what they said back? He said, on the penalty kill right now, fighting the penalty kill, or sudden change, and they say it's very similar, and these are things that have gotten many of us prepared for, life and, being able to take it on because, you learned a little bit about it on the football field or on the basketball court and in the thick of things. So.
Yep. Life has adversity, right? You have to be able to deal with it. And sports is part of that, and school is part of that, right? Like you could struggle in the classroom, you could struggle on the basketball court, on the football field, soccer field, the hockey rink. And all that does is how are you going to handle it? You got to realize you can fight through it and still be successful in life.
No question about it. So both teams heading back to the bench. There was doubts, Coach, of 15 minutes that we could fill 15 minutes. We could have gone another hour.
We can talk.
So both teams heading to the bench. Going to have a couple last words, and we'll be ready to kick off the starting lineups. We got Jay Risha in the building. He's not just only the PA for the football, but also does basketball. Does a terrific job. He's part of the class of '93. He won a Super Bowl.
He did.
Yeah. Did he get one or two? No, he has one at least.
Let's look up there.
Yes, let's look at the wall. That makes it easy.
92? That might have been it, yeah.
Yeah, 92.
88 to 92, yeah.
And then I see the 91 hockey, Mike Welby.
Oh, yeah.
Mike's brother, you were good friends with?
I was, yeah. We used to hang in high school a long time ago.
Great family.
Yeah, really good.
So we're going to send it right down to floor level to Jay Risha for tonight's opening introductions.
Here at Westwood High School for tonight's Tri-Valley Large game between the visiting Ashland Hawkers and your Westwood Wolverines. Westwood is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship as well as establishing a healthy environment for competition. During the game, please be considerate and respectful to the players, coaches, officials, and the fans by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Thank you. And now, if I could direct your attention to the court, introducing tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Ashland Hawkers. Number 2, freshman Anish Odell. Number 5, senior Ronan Cassandra. Number 15, junior Jacob Padula. Number 22, junior Igor Sabadini. And number 32, junior Connor Watson. Ashland's head coach is Mike Norman. And now for your Westwood Wolverines. At guard number 1, junior Aiden Ryan. At guard senior number 2, Rob. At guard number 4, junior captain Adrian Hayes. At forward, senior number 5, captain and at forward, senior captain number 23, Westwood head coach is Ryan Douglas. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, at this time, would you please rise and remove your caps? Let us all face the American flag as one, and in a symbol of unity, we honor America, singing along to the playing of our national anthem.
Risha doesn't fail to do it every game. Gets the hair raised on my arm, and you know he gets the boys and girls fired up. Love to see it.
Does. I love the music in between the timeouts. Too.
Yes, there was last year there was a game where he had the national anthem on his phone, but his cell phone was going off from a text message. It was dogs barking, so we were laughing. But he was a good sport. It was a classic. He's like, what is going on? And then someone taught him how to do silence notifications after that.
There you go.
So starting lineups we'll kick it off for the Ashland Clockers. Starting number 2, Anish Muthaya. Number 5, Ronan Cassandra. Number 15, Jacob Padula. Number 22, Igor Sabadini. And number 32, Connor Botsis. Connor Botsis, the center there, number 32, going against Leo Chalungwa for the Wolverines. Mentioned Leo during warm-ups. He has had a couple dunks this year that's gotten everyone up on their feet. Would love to see one tonight. Good things happen when Leo dunks. And starting lineups for the Wolverines, mentioned Leo. Also have Ty Pindell, Adrian Ortiz, Robert Liriano, Alejandro, and Aiden Rodman, and a foul and one off the bat. That's how you start right there.
Got to get it into the paint, right? You have that size advantage. You got to take advantage of it early.
Love to see that early for Leo. He'll shoot a free throw to look to complete the three-point play. Oh, nothing but net.
He's getting better and better at his free throws. He's really done great.
So fun fact about him is he didn't start playing basketball till 8th grade.
Isn't it amazing?
What an athlete.
Oh, my God.
The shot from the outside, good. That was a nifty three-pointer there by Igor Sabadini. That was nothing but net. So tied up at 3 here early at Bader Gymnasium. Wolverine's going to work the ball around. Pindell goes over to Rodman. Rodman to Robert Liriano Alejandro as he's going to settle it down. He's got wide open Pindell in the corner. Goes off the front rim. Nice positioning there by Ortiz to get the rebound. Then picked off by Sabagini. Working towards the hoop. No good, and then rebounded by Rodman. So great pressure there by Liriano Alejandro to force a, is that a offensive foul called? That's going to be an Ashland ball. That's always a 50-50 play. And you know what? It goes both ways. So I always look at it as the next one's coming Westwood's way.
We can hope. We can hope.
Yes, absolutely. And we got a mini den. They typically matriculate throughout the game, so good start so far. We'll see it to fully develop throughout the game. I know the hockey team has a game tonight. Girls obviously on the road right now in Ashland, and we have that game live on our laptop. They're up 34-28, so good start for the girls. And a turnover caused by the Wolverine. Here comes Leo. Look at a dunk. Oh, he holds up. Pindell keeps it in, but it goes off the hands of Rodman, picked off by Cassandra. Cassandra going to dish it off to Mutaya. To Cassandra. He's got Ortiz on him. He's got Chalungwa helping out. Going to go inside. And wide open in the corner is Botsis. No good. Rodman comes away with the rebound. Working it up court. And we're going to get a travel called. That's not a travel in the NBA. But at the high school level, that is. NBA, you could walk another 3 feet, and they're like, you're good. You're good to go.
He hasn't even established his pivot foot in the NBA.
You could start your layup at the three-point line, and it's good. That one video of, here we go, some good defense. And it's going to be a foul on Liriano Alejandro. He's pretty good. He'll get some early fouls, and then he holds off. So, like, he'll be aggressive on the defensive side, and we see him make great adjustments to stay in the game.
He does have a high basketball IQ. He knows when he can be aggressive and when he can't, and it's shown so far this season.
Shot from the outside is good. Anish Muthaya with the three-pointer to put Ashland up 3. The Wolverines looking to answer. Rodman. Dish it off to Ortiz. Ortiz. Across the court to Robert. Oh!
There we go.
Rattles it in there. We've seen a couple of those where it's been in and out. That one stayed in, and it's been all 3 so far as we are knotted up 6-6. Ashland working around. Some good defense here by the Wolverines. Is that a jump ball or a foul? It looks like it's going to be a foul. Love the aggressiveness, though.
You got to, right? Basketball's a physical sport. You got to be able to play with the contact. Hopefully the refs will call it evenly.
Yep. Well, Ashland has the possession. After a nice battle, it was called a foul on Rodman, but I'm sure Coach Douglas loves what he sees, battling for those balls, trying to get some turnovers, turn that into transition offense. West's doing a good job pressuring Padula. He gets it away, goes in the back court. Robert Liriano, Alejandro with the putback. So 5 points already for Bobby Buckets. A quick start from him. He gives the Wolverines a 2-point lead. It's our first 2-pointer of the game, besides, I guess, technically the Chilangwa foul was not a 3-point play. 2 points and a 1.
It was an old-fashioned 3.
Old-fashioned 3, exactly. That was when you look up at the 1,000-point scores at Westwood, you look at the guys in the 70s. Those are pretty impressive 1,000-point scores.
Really
no
impressive.
3-point line. Ball down low. Padula sends it back up top for a 3. Off the back rim. Loose ball. Padula battling for it. Chilangwa there battling as well. Out of bounds on Westwood. Going to stay with the Clockers.
I will say I like Westwood's hustle coming off that loss the other night. They're really bringing their A game and their focus and their energy.
Yep, playing with some purpose right now. And a quick pass, quick layup for Botsis. And the other thing, too, is starting on time. In any sport, you want your guys to start on time. You don't want them to start hitting their game in the second quarter because that might be too late. That's a 3-pointer outside by Robert. Picks up his rebound, gets off the back rim, and rebounded by Sagdini. A couple good looks there for the Wolverines. As Ashland was able to tie it up on the previous possession. Shot from the 17-footer mark, no good. Wolverines come away with it. Rob gets contact, and they're going to call a travel, though. It's always a tough call. I mean, what else are you supposed to do with the ball after you're hit with a body?
He didn't really have anywhere to go with it.
So Wolverine's going to go to the bench right now. See John Power in there. See Teddy McGowan. Also see Brady Lipton, the engineer, the future Michigan Wolverine. Going to be a double Wolverine. That's hard to do. Now, if he goes to graduate school, he may be the triple Wolverine. You don't see too many of those. Power up to Robert. Robert under the hoop. No good. Out of bounds. Going to stay on Westwood. Ashland ball. That was some good defense on the back end by the Wolverines.
Yeah,
Lipton.
Go ahead.
Lipton been a very impressive player so
He's
far.
had a great. That's what I was gonna say. Is he's had a great opening half of the season. Really understanding the offense, getting to where he needs to go, getting key rebounds, getting some key baskets. He's been an important part of where they are.
And makes it interesting for the parents. They got a child on the boys team and a child on the girls team, and they typically play at the same time in different opposing arenas. So it's like who's going to what game and whatnot. Shot from the outside, in and out. That was a shot by Rodman, picked up by Teddy. He draws a foul, and that is exactly what you want to see from Teddy. Is getting some good shots, going to the line. He's a growing kid. Every time you take a look at him, from freshman year, sophomore year, it looked like he grew about 5 inches.
And look, he's just filling out. He's one thing from football, my biggest takeaway is how hard he was to tackle. If you remember that catch in the Holliston game, right on that final drive, broke multiple tackles to get it down inside the 10, and you can see how that physicality is translating into basketball.
Yeah, and those are not necessarily like skill. He just wanted it more.
Yeah.
He just wanted it more, and he's a big, strong kid, so that helps as well. Second one is good for Teddy. He had his first touchdown catch, I believe, in the Medway game.
He did.
How big was that for the confidence, you think?
It really was. You could see it in his face when he came to the sideline. Obviously the excitement, but it was at that point you could just see like all those nerves and all that, like, am I good enough, just melt away.
Yeah.
He really took off after that.
That was a question I asked the captains last year. I go, what was the play that defined you when you're like, okay, I can play at this level and I'm good? And everyone has that play in high school. They remember, I belong, And we got a shot from the outside from Robert off the front rim. But everyone, it was Donegan, Martucci, and Vinci all remembered their plays.
Yep.
And it's almost like, moment stops when that play happens because it's so influential for the rest of your career in high school.
Good hustle.
Ball goes out of bounds, going to stay with Westwood. Absolutely great hustle there by John Power, who I got a lot of great feedback from him in the Dedham game too. Had a nice spark off the bench, was getting some rebounds out there. And that's huge. When you are plus points, when your starters are on the bench, And these guys are bringing energy. That's huge to have.
Oh, absolutely. And John's had, really, I know he started the season a little dinged up, but
Yep.
he's a really strong defender, and I think that's going to really help the Wolverines down the second half of the season, getting him some more time and being able to shut down some of the team's other scorers.
Yep. So we're going to get a timeout called on Ashland. And, folks, we're going to have our first side-by-side. So, folks, we'll go now to our side-by-side coverage presented by Natalie Marsh Real Estate. Natalie Marsh Real Estate will be with us throughout the 2025-26 winter sports season. Thank you, Natalie Marsh, and everything that you have done for not only Westwood Media Center, but the Westwood community. A lot of great work when it comes to the hockey coverage, too, Westwood Living Sports. But thank you, Natalie, and our first side-by-side of the game, which is always fun to do on these live covered games. It's live is a little bit different. No editing. You got to do all these things live. And shout out to Evan Cardamino. He puts the graphics together. Also have some fantastic help tonight. Josh Kagan as well as Matt Grazza. So, guys, thank you. In addition to Coach Brad Pindell here. So thank you, everyone, for joining us in live coverage. There's nothing better. And you know what Evan loves most about these live games is once the game's over, no editing is needed. It is live on YouTube, and he can go home and all he has to worry about is breaking down the equipment. So unless editing's needed, it does happen from time to time with with sometimes the bandwidth goes up or down and whatnot. But that's what makes live fun.
It's an impressive being behind the scenes. It's an impressive show you got going here.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And we've got a great game so far. Wolverines are up 9-8 with 2 minutes, 8 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Lipton with a nice caused turnover. It's a loose ball, sends it over to Ganson. Ganson pushing the pace. Sends it over to Power. And we have a whistle. It looks like a blocking foul. And that's going to be called on number 34, Patrick St. Peter. Love that name. There's some great names in the TVL.
For sure.
Well, Patrick St. Peter's a good one. We saw a good one earlier, too. Hugo Rossi. Pass and shot by Lipton. Gets his own rebound, puts it back. Second efforts.
That's it. It's again, you have to play with effort, especially when you're coming off the bench. You gotta.
Yep.
It's hard because you gotta get into the flow of the game immediately, and he's been able to do that and really give the Wolverines a spark.
He plays with passion. That shot is good for three. Another three for Sabagdini. He's been a good player so far for Ashland tonight. Zaneski trying to find Power. A little miscommunication on that pass there. Goes out of bounds. Going to be an Ashland ball. So with the three-pointer by Ashland, we are knotted back up. 11-11.
A lot of important minutes here for a lot of these kids.
Yeah.
A close game like this, getting to face another team's number ones. It's a good.
And a travel called.
That's it. Good pressure.
There we go. It all evens out. Well, Westwood will have the ball. 1:17 remaining. They're going to have the inbound under the hoop. This will be inbounded by Power. Lipton. Looked like it was heading to Zaneski and McGowan there to pick it. Not the worst thing, If it's coming your sphere, take it.
That's it.
Ball back in the hands of Ashland. Sababdini had a couple big threes early. Dishing it off to St. Peter.
That's a long 3-second clock.
St. Peter kicks it out to the corner for Mutaya. No good. Rebounded by Padula. There's a whistle. It looked like it went out, but called out on Westwood.
He has a better angle than we do.
We do, yes. But I feel like I have pretty good eyes. It was
better than I do.
There was a lot of questions behind, how does Westwood not have the ball in their hands? But that's what makes calling these games fun. Is hey, there's going to be a lot of doubt in some of the calls.
Yep.
As ball back in the hands of the Clockers. Going to pass it around. Shot from the outside. St. Peter. Rebound by Wolverines. Ganson comes away with it. Behind the back. He's going to cut it into the middle. Some good pass, and that goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Wolverines. Ashland doing a good job getting hands in the lane. They were able to cause a couple turnovers there.
Yep.
That one just off the hand went out of bounds, so we'll stay with the Wolverines with 27 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Wolverines looking to break the tie right now. Ball gets loose and picked off by Ashland. So the shot clock is off. We'll see what Ashland does with it. Do they take their time or do they wait where them and only them can shoot before? No, they'll shoot early and they make it. That's a big shot. Another three-pointer.
Is that 3 for him so far?
Yes. And then McGowan, did he get fouled? I see the far side official. We need a confirmation here. Yes. Looks like a foul. He's going to take 2 shots, so we're not done yet here, folks. Evan, I hope you didn't hit the commercial just yet. There we go. And our guy, Teddy McGowan, is going to shoot 2. This is a great shot right before the buzzer went up there, drew the foul, and he'll shoot 2. This is interesting since like it was kind of at the clock winding down. He's just going to shoot with no one there. Oh, nothing but.
It's difficult too because you're so used to having the bodies there, and now you're just the sole focus.
Yep. And there we go. Makes both, nails both of them. All right, folks, we'll toss it a break. We'll be right back for the start of the second quarter.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. So those are key free throws there at the end, Coach. It got Westwood back to within 1. So shout out to Teddy McGowan with the whole gym looking at him. No moral support standing next to him on the free throw line. Nailed both of them. And we were at 14-13. Ashland up a point after 1 quarter. Right back into the action. Ashland pushing the pace and great steal here by Ortiz. Driving. Yes! Great defense and then able to convert it.
Get
great
out on
play.
that fast break, right? It's always been it's important for Westwood this year to get out on those breaks. Means good defense.
Yep. Those Ortiz's first points of the game. He's on the board now. He's a dangerous player when he gets going.
Oh yeah.
You are cooking with oil. Ashland driving. Good defense by Pindell. Second attempt no good. Third attempt foul called. It's going to be a shooting foul, and it's going to be called on Ty Pindell. That's his first. His second of the game, and we're going to get free throws from Ronan Cassandra. So while he shoots free throws, we'll just do a quick read here on the Westwood Living Sports Show. In case you haven't missed it, folks, it's been a fun show we've had the last several months. We had Coach Pindell and Ty Pindell on the Thanksgiving show. But this is the next one coming up, January 29th. Put it on the calendar, 7 p.m. at Camella's. Come join us live, too. Fun environment. So the 29th of January at 7 p.m. It's a Thursday night, and be sure to be a good one. So look to see you there. So Wolverines with the ball back in their hands as they're down 1. Rodman kicks it out to Robert. Robert works it in. A little floater, a little bit too strong on that one. Ashland coming away with it. Jacob Padula hands it off to Ronan Cassandra, who's been a very good player for Ashland. Ashland's game so far has been the three-point shot.
Absolutely.
It's been the key. I think Westwood at some point, you just start baiting them to try and take it to the hoop. And you got some big bodies. And great defense there by Pindell. Had the hand in the lane. And then the Wolverines get the ball back. So great effort by the Wolverines on the defensive front in the paint to get the ball back. and now get their game going.
Westwood has that size in the paint. That's why they want nothing to do with it.
And they embrace the physicality, too. They're not afraid of that.
No.
Robert, the outside, off the front, gets his own rebound. He does a good job of following his shots.
One of the best rebounders as a guard I've seen.
Ty from the outside, beautiful. And he gets his first points of the game. Such a dangerous player. I know we're a little biased here, but when he gets the shot going, in addition to driving it to the hoop, and we saw he can make some big threes from the outside, most notably in that Medway game and overtime.
Yeah, no, he again, obviously, little biased here, but he has some outside game. He's a good inside player, and when he gets going, it really spreads the court for the entire team. It's
funny, as a quarterback and also a TVL offensive MVP quarterback, a lot of these teams recognize you, so there's carryover in some of the games. Sure. And they're saying, it interviewed after the game, and they're talking about how Medway players were talking about the Medway game. There was some carryover from that, which is always fun, because a lot of these kids play the same sports, and basketball and football go together very nicely, just like golf and hockey typically. Oh, in and out there, and then Ty gets the rebound.
Yeah, it's important. I think it's always been fun, when you play interleague in multiple sports. It's the chance. It's they reference other sports. It's always it creates a lot of fun rivalries. And you know what? There's some chirping that goes amongst them. Rodman with the layup and the foul gets on the board. But the one common denominator of all, there's going to be some chirping, but the one common denominator is there's a deep mutual respect, because these kids are going to war out there on the gridiron and then carries over on the court. Absolutely, and it's a lot of fun to watch, and none of it's personal. It's all competitive, and you can see it in the handshake lines. They always give that little dap hug, and there's a mutual respect there, and you want to bring someone's A game out. If it means having a little conversation with someone during the game, then that's what you do. And we go, turnover. Pindell sending up to Robert. Robert with the layup. Beautiful. So Robert adding to his point totals. He has 7 points early here in this game, and we get a timeout called. So with the timeout, folks, we'll go to our second side-by-side by Top Legend Barbershop. Folks, Top Legend Barbershop right here in Westwood. Supporters of the winter season, the 2025-2026 winter season. Very thankful for them and their support through all sports. So they are here for all of sports for the winter season, and they do a great haircut. It's where I get my haircut. Yeah, they do a terrific job. Fantastic fade. Nice. Also got to give a shout out to Dedham Savings Bank. So these headsets were part of a grant from Dedham Savings Bank. Oh, that's awesome. Because of that great and generous support that they've given to Westwood Media Center, we've decided to call it the Dedham Savings Bank booth. The Dedham Savings booth. And they have been terrific. I know of other organizations, 501c3s or just teams that they've supported. They've done a terrific job. So they've always been generous through the years. I know whether it's through football or other sports or other organizations I've been a part of, they've always been very generous. That's awesome. I mean, that's a company that puts its money where its mouth is, where they say community and wanting to be involved in the community and make a difference, and they really do. I've seen them buy jackets for state championship teams, and they got the logo on there, which is a smart idea too. 100%. If you're going to do that, put the logo on there. That's free advertising. But to do that, I mean, they know how important those are for the kids, and it's a great way to get involved in the community, because that's who your customers are. Pindell with a turnover, pushing the pace, drifts it off to Ortiz. What a great anticipated play there by Pindell to get the hand on it. And Wolverines going right back to work on offense. Up 5. Looking to add to that lead as they've had a great start to the second quarter here. Pindell outside for 3. In and out. Loose. Ends up in the hands of Rodman. Pindell again. Yes! Ty Pindell. We talked a little bit jokingly about, some late starts, but big games. 5 points right now in the second quarter for Ty Pindell. Oh, good hustle.
Some great hustle and out of bounds. And great defense, forcing the turnovers. And now the Wolverines seem to starting to get their game going and get that swagger going.
Absolutely. It was actually right before that break. I thought when Ty got that rebound, Leo took off. I thought he was going to get it to Rob, but I thought we were going to get another dunk.
A little airmail?
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's coming.
He's sending it up the seam there, Leo. We got Ortiz outside. Get in there. Yes! Oh, that went around the world a couple times and then into the back of the hoop for a three-pointer for Ortiz. Ortiz with 5. A turnover again. Pindell. Rodman pushes it up. Little pull-up jumper for Robert. That's short. Rebounded by St. Peter. So Wolverines, when they are playing their best basketball, it's turnovers, transition offense. And we've seen that, about 3 or 4 of those in the last 2 minutes.
They're big and athletic, and it's tough to move the ball against them. And once they get it, then they're off and running.
And now you see a little bit, and there we go with a back tap. Robert talked about that, is he likes to do that back tap. Gets called for it every now and then, but, he's pretty solid with getting ball. And Wolverines doing a good job as the shot clock winding down. But what a pass there, my goodness. That was Botsis under the hoop to Badula to just beat the shot clock to get the layup in there and to make it a 9-point lead. Wolverines are up 11 prior to that. Pindell kicks it outside to Robert. Robert, nice move. Cutting inside, off the glass, yes! What a move, carved through a couple defenders and then able to put that away off the glass. Padula from the outside, that's long. There's a whistle, gonna be a foul on Botsis, which will be, I think, the second team foul for Ashland. Ashland gonna substitute a couple players. 2 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. All Wolverines here in the second quarter doing a terrific job. So Rodman gonna work the ball up the court. Rodman to Pindell. Pindell kicks it out to Ortiz. Ortiz fakes a shot, moves it around. Robert worked it right down where he made his last bucket. I'm gonna kick it back out. I'm gonna set up their play. He draws 2. He's got Rodman wide open for 3, and he makes it. Aiden Rodman with a big 3. So in the Medway game, Medway said, you know what, we're gonna leave you open for that 3. He buried that to take the lead. Medway tied it, which brought it to overtime, but they did not, think he was gonna make that shot. They gave it to him.
And that they backed off him, and they, I don't care what, once you get to the high school level, these kids can hit threes.
Shoot.
They can shoot. And, you're rolling the dice on that one when you leave a kid that wide open.
He's got a good shot, and he can do it, when he's got everyone on the court in the stands eyeballing it, and all that pressure. Doesn't mean a thing.
And, I think a big part of it is these guys are really great about supporting each other on their decisions they make with the shots. And, whether he hit it or not, he knew his teammates would have had his back. And that confidence, whether it's the crowd or the parents, that confidence to know your teammates support your decisions is huge.
There's also the confidence knowing that your teammates are going to bust it to the hoop, for the rebounds too. So they do a good job, but they're hungry off the rebounds. In the old school, they're going to toss it off the leg. Nowhere to go. Smart play there by Anish Mutaya. He's been terrific for the Clockers, which Clockers, every time we do a game, always brings us back to the conversation of what is a Clocker? I'll still never know. I did learn what a hiller was.
Oh, really?
Yes. There's a hill in Hopkinton, and it's it's basically people who live on the hill. So
I'll go a little old school here. But Coach Shotland used to make a. You remember Coach Shotland?
I certainly do.
He used to make a scouting report. When we used to play Ashland, he'd always have in there that they were one of the first. They had a clock making plant, and that's why they became the Clockers.
Oh, that makes sense. Because Brockton, not their their team names or anything, but they're known as the Shoe City. because that's where they had a lot of shoe factories,
Yep.
and they were making shoe producers and whatnot. But that would make a lot of sense if they were clock factory, clock distributors and whatnot. But leave it to Coach Shotland. My goodness,
was just gonna
I
say,
did not have that.
anyone's gonna know.
I didn't have that on my bingo card. That we'd be hearing a Coach Shotland reference tonight. But shout out to Coach Shotland, Westwood resident.
Yep.
Oh, and a turnover. Rodman beautifully gets the ball in the lane, pass it to, was it Power? Yes. No, McGowan. McGowan with the put away. And McGowan quietly has 6 points. 8 seconds remaining here in the half, and the Wolverines up 13. Explosive second quarter for the Wolverines that started with key defense, transition offense, and putting the ball in the basket. Got to make some baskets, and they have. And they've done it from all over. They've made threes. They've taken it to the hoop. They've had a couple 7-footer shots. They've done it all.
Yep, absolutely. And again, like you said, it all starts off that defense. And they really feed off their defensive pressure.
And the Wolverines doing the old shot clock countdown when it's not correct. And folks, we will toss it to break. We'll be back for a quick little halftime catch-up. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Basketball.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. And those years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, they complete the team. And that's at the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me. It built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Well, welcome back, folks. We have Coach Brad Pindell, Morgan Donahue here. We also have Josh Kagan on camera, Matt Gratz on camera, and Evan Cardamino, the technical director. And we are live in the Dedham Savings booth here at Bader Gymnasium. Wolverines with an explosive second quarter to give them a 13-point lead. Coach, would you like that you saw out of them in the second quarter that put them where they are right now?
I mean, again, I said it before the half, and I'll say it again. It's the defense. The defense sparks the offense. It gives them energy. They come down, they hit a couple of shots, and then you can just feel the energy spread from player to player, and it just becomes infectious. And it gets worse and worse for the opposing team.
Yeah, I'm not a basketball person, but I've picked up on trends, and some of the trends I see in games is the teams want to dictate how they want to play the game. And, it sounds like the other night Dedham was able to dictate that with their tough defense. Westwood able to dictate it now with some strong defense and then run and gun offense up the court and then getting some open looks. So they certainly feel very comfortable out there. but it doesn't come easy. It comes from hard work, it comes from execution, and it comes from, being able to take that lead. When you're up, 12 points, 13 points, Wolverines up 13 right now, you're forcing a team to play another way than they're comfortable. They're playing from behind, and that's going to be a lot of threes and a lot of, trying to make some quick points.
And that's 100%. And, right now Westwood's dictating the pace. They're, when they do score, they're able to put a press on and slow down the offense for Ashland. Whether it creates a turnover or not, it just slows the offense down, and it creates a lot of tough decisions for Ashland players. And Westwood's capitalizing on it, and you got Teddy McGowan coming into the game and really contributing. And again, that just feeds the bench, it feeds the starters, and gives a lot of confidence in all the players.
It's great to see. I mean, these are opportunities. These games are opportunities to earn more time. And you'll see Coach Douglas is the type of coach where if you're putting in some great effort and you're getting some points out there, you can earn more minutes from him. So, these are the games where if you go and do that, a kid like Teddy McGowan doing it, making some buckets out there, certainly see it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's effort. It's knowing where to go, when to go, finding the space, finding a spot you're supposed to be in, and converting that when you have those opportunities. And, like I said, whether it was last week, Tuesday in Dedham, or tonight, he's been proving that for the last week, week plus. And, you're going to see his playing time probably increase because of that.
Absolutely. So shout out to the girls basketball team. Big winners on the road tonight, nice. 45-35. What a fun team to watch. We covered their game last week versus Hopkinton, an undefeated Hopkinton, mind you. Top 10 team in the state, Hopkinton. And Westwood hung with them all game long. Hopkinton pulled away late, but Westwood put a scare in them. They were down 12. It just shows the fight the Wolverines have. And a young team, they have, obviously some senior leaders in Weeman and Shea. But they got a lot of young kids that are fresh to the varsity program that were not scared to battle out there versus a good team.
And again, when you play teams like that, so much of it is just the grit, the grind, right? The attention to details and the willing to sacrifice for your teammates. And it sounds like they're willing to do that.
Absolutely. So big win for them. TVL large win. As Wolverines looking to do the same here. TVL large win. You want to go after a TVL large title, you're going to have to beat your TVL large teams. The Wolverines were undefeated up till the Dedham game, so only one loss to the TVL large swing. We also have another score update. Girls hockey coach, 2-0 winners over Mansfield.
Wow, that's a big win.
So that's a big win too. Mansfield's a good team. Mansfield, Oliver Ames as well. So there's one of those schools that have a few of them, and there's a good battle. Rodman diving on the court. He went out of bounds, so it's going to be an Ashland ball, but A+ for the effort.
It's all about hustle right now, and that's what they're doing, and it's translating into the scoreboard.
You set that precedence of what you're willing to do. Team's going to say, man, that's a tough team to beat when you got guys who are diving on the court. You hear kneecap on the floor, elbows on the floor. It does not sound pretty. And there we go. Chalanga with a turnover. Working his way to the hoop, hands it off to Robert, who puts it back for 2. Robert Liriano Alejandro adds another 2 to his point total for 11 on the night. So first half points, Rodman had 5. Liriano Alejandro had 9. You add those 2, he's got 11. Adrian Ortiz with 5, Ty Pindell with 5, Chalanga with 3, and Lipton with 2, and then Teddy McGowan 6 points.
Nice.
The Wolverines pushing the pace. Robert again off the front rim. That's rebounded and then collected by number 25, Noah Joseph. Looked like the Wolverines were looking to get a hand on that, get that one loose, but Joseph did a good job of protecting it. And Wolverines aggressive on defense again. Loose ball, Ortiz gets a hand on it and able to get it cleanly. Now, what do we have here? Was that the Wolverines able to get a quick timeout call, or was there?
He called a travel.
Travel, oh. That's a tough call. Yeah, you're on the floor, not perfect. Tough to dribble.
Tough. They did try and get the timeout. Right?
Yeah,
it was a close one.
Hard to do. You got to hope the ref's close by. It's or you got to have one of those. You got to have a very loud voice. Robert trying to knock the ball loose. Ashland player able to make a nice move in there. Gets the shot in there. Anish Muthaya adding another 2 to his point total. That gets Ashland to within 13.
Good pass. Good look.
Was that Chalangwa on the put away?
Yep.
Chalangwa adding to his point total, 5 on the night now. Loose ball. Wolverines again with a turnover. Ortiz driving. No good, but Chalangwa there on the rebound. And that wasn't good, but Ashland comes away with it. But great efforts, first and second efforts there, and right back to aggressive defense as Robert almost knocked that loose. Joseph kicks it to the outside. Muthalia got one-on-one with Rodman, both point guards. He's pushing it outside. Hands it off to Katsandra, who shoots it and makes it. That's one thing that has been the catalyst for Ashland, is they can make some shots.
Oh yeah, they're definitely a good shooting team. I think they sort of have to with their size. They better be able to shoot the ball.
Very athletic. They can move the ball around quickly, and they can find open players. Robert with the fadeaway. 13 on the night for Robert. It's old school Paul Pierce style shooting right there. 17-footer fadeaway.
Nasty. Almost impossible to defend.
A shot from the outside, near side. Was high off the rim. Pindell comes down with the rebound. Rodman pulls up off the side of the rim. Robert battling for it, and he draws a foul. Yeah, coach at the beginning of the season, you mentioned earlier too, he said Robert's one of the best rebounding guards that he's ever coached. And it's not that he's not 6'3". I mean, I would give him 5'10", 5'11", but he is just hungry on them. And he can get vertical on them. He finds it and gets after it.
He reads the rim really well. Like when he sees a shot coming in, he has a really good idea where that's going, and he's able to. You can see him before it gets there. His feet moving to get to that spot before it touches the rim.
And folks, while Robert's shooting, anyone interested in getting involved with Westwood Media Center, there's plenty of sponsorship opportunities still available throughout the entire school year. So if you have any questions or want to inquire more about it, feel free to go to the website, westwoodmediacenter.tv/sports. Was that Seamus?
No, Robert.
Robert, two more for Robert. So great game for Bobby Bucket so far. We got a whistle on the court. It's going to be a timeout for Ashland. So a timeout call for Ashland, and we'll talk through this. So Westwood putting some good pressure. I liked it when they are playing pressure defense. That's when they're really feeling their game.
Absolutely.
And also want to give a quick shout out to the lower thirds if you're watching, folks, on about our YouTube. So if you want to relive all the action, if you want to watch the Keelan McDonald touchdown pass in the end zone to win the Thanksgiving game, all of those are on the YouTube catalog of Westwood Media Center. So including this game. After this game, you can find this game on Westwood Media Center's YouTube under the Sports tab. You can also, if you want to watch a good podcast between Coach Pindell and Evan Cardamino, Morgan Donahue, that's under the podcast tabs on YouTube as well. But just wanted to give a shout out too. These games are all available on YouTube for the winter season. Each team is getting a live game, this one being tonight for the boys team. We have a girls basketball live game upcoming, as well as boys hockey, girls hockey. But there's nothing better than live.
No, there's nothing.
Especially a good game live. Thanksgiving, my goodness, live. And, the video in the background, too, of us as fans, not just announcers, but fans when, McDonald in the end zone ties the record, too. And you got Jay Lefty with the microphone and yelling, and it was wild. Pandemonium.
The best thing on that is I don't know if you know this, but if you look at Mike Mal's shot from the end zone of the catch,
yes.
If you look in the background, there's Jack McDaniels and his dad.
Yeah, that was a classic. That was a classic. They looked like Hollywood with the sunglasses, But they're in their perfect area, right by the snack shack. You can get some good food and watch a game-winning touchdown. There was an article the other day, Coach, and it was about the connection between Josh McDaniels, Drake May, written by Mike Reese. And I go, it doesn't get more Westwood than that. Which is really cool. We got to hang that up in Camellas somewhere.
Hey, Will Campbell, too, from what I'm hearing.
I'm hearing that, too.
Yeah,
I'm hearing that, too.
Rumors,
just rumors. But, my goodness, Westwood, a fun place to live. We knew that. We knew that all along. Coach not only a 1989 grad, but now a father. And here we go. Ty going to the hoop and buries it for 2. Ty Pindell with 7 points. And your brother is in the building, and I understand a state champ himself.
He was hockey.
Let's
back
go.
in the day, 1985.
1985, and I believe that had Michael McDonald on that team.
Yes.
And I believe was one of the Welbys as well.
Gosh.
Was it Kevin Welby, maybe?
Could have been, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Some great hockey back then. My goodness, Bradley was
one of the Ruggerios, Rocco.
Yes,
Ruggiero.
Rocco. Great Rocco story. I think you brought him in to coach JV football, and we're out in Martha's Vineyard, and he's throwing it, and then Seamus Gannon, and then Ty puts it back. Nice rebound by Ty to put back the layup. He's got 9 points. A very productive game for Ty. We got Seamus Gannon in the game, but the story of Rocco Ruggiero, you brought him in,
I did.
and he was coaching JV, and he was throwing the ball, underhand style to the official, tore his ACL.
Yes, he did.
And I'm like,
On the
where
island.
do you bring him? what hospital? What is there an ACL specialist on the island?
Well, there's probably several.
Yeah. And I'd see him years later, and he'd always laugh about it. It was a freak accident,
It really
absolute
was.
freak accident. And I don't know if he stayed overnight or what happened, but that's not the place you really want to tear an ACL.
No.
Ty hits the front rim. Gannon below, battling for a rebound, and a foul called. I think it might be on Gannon. So push foul on Seamus Gannon.
I thought it was a contact sport.
And his brother was a good football player, basketball player as well.
Yeah, multiple sports.
Great athlete. Noel,
Yep.
father, always a fun guy.
Absolutely.
Lydia, too, very supportive of the sports. And,
Absolutely.
great athletes, his sisters, too.
Yeah, very athletic family. They played football as freshman year, and then decided to focus on basketball.
I remember that. There we go. Nice steal by Baz Ganson. Ganson is able to steal with the left hand. Works it across the half-court line. And a power down low to Gannon. Gannon gets his own rebound. Yes! Seamus Gannon on the board. He got big, too.
Yeah, he has.
He is about 6'5" now, maybe 6'6". And what a growth spurt he hit. And I think you might need to recruit him for the football field. That's a tackle waiting to happen right first.
I'd love to have him. He knows it.
Yeah.
We've had our conversations.
Yeah.
He's always welcome.
Yes. Power, working it up. He's got Ganson wide open for 3. Boom! Buried it by Ganson.
Bez has been another one like Brady who has just come in key roles and just it's been a seamless transition at that point guard spot. He's really come a long way, and I think he's been a big part of their success.
He
this
has.
season.
He's been so good on defense.
Yep.
And he's found his identity. When he goes out there, he plays with purpose, and he does change the game. It might be 5 minutes a game, might be 10, but he makes the most of those minutes.
And when he shoots, it's a good shot. He doesn't force anything. He's smart about when he's out there. He moves the ball. He's very tough defensively. I don't want to call it a surprise. He's been a nice addition to what they were expecting this year.
I mean, I look at the lineup. All of these players have been in games, and all of them have had their name called during games, and they are all supportive of each other. And when you watch how they play looking to help win a game. They're not playing to try and score 39, 40 points, 50 points each. They want to win the game, whatever it is. And whoever's the open guy is, how they've been working the ball around.
And we talked about it earlier. That all starts at the top, Coach Douglas, right? Like you infuse that culture into your team, and you can see these guys buy into that. And it's all about the W. It's not about it's about the we, not the me.
Yeah. So an explosive second quarter turned into an explosive third quarter. Wolverines are up 26 points right now. And a foul called. It was a loose ball foul. It's going to be on Ganson, I believe, his first personal. And that's the Wolverines' third of the quarter. How do you like the new rule with the 5 team fouls and shooting?
I think it speeds the game up.
It does, yeah.
And I think it puts a consequence on fouls, right? Like you're paying a price if you're going to get in that foul trouble.
The shot from the outside is good. Jacob Gairo. And Westwood going right back to work, pushing it. Power. No good. Rebounded by Joseph. Right back in the hands of Mutayila. Sabdini back down to Joseph. Joseph battling with Gannon.
Just play big. There you go.
A shot from the outside, no good. Ganson there. He collects it, cool, calm, and collected. He knows how to dribble through traffic too. Does a great job of that. That shot from the outside, no good. McGowan there to save it. Finds Ganson.
I think that was Powers.
Yeah, Powers. A good call. Powers, great job saving that as it was going out of bounds, and it was a clean, not only just getting it back in bounds, he finds Ganson, at the top of the key.
It hits him right in the hand.
Yeah, right on the numbers.
It's impressive. Some of these kids are really good
If you had an umpire standing right behind him, he would have called strike. That's what I was saying when we had Joe Vinci on the podcast. I said, if you had an umpire standing behind the punter on those snaps, he's calling strike every time.
Exactly.
Right on the money.
All season.
So 20 on the shot, 26 on the game clock. Shot from the outside is good. John Power. I believe that's his first points of the game on the three.
I believe so.
Which sounds odd because we've been calling his name all night. He's been doing everything. Tor Webb in the game for the Wolverines. And a foul called. I don't know if it was shooting or on the court. I think it's shooting. A 1-on-1. Foul on, so a 1-on-1 was the number for Zaneski. We're going to get 2 shots from St. Peter.
Well, 4 fouls tells you they're playing hard defense, right?
That's what you want to see. No free buckets. No free lanes. First one was good from St. Peter, Patrick St. Peter. Oh, what an effort there.
Tor.
What an effort by Tor Webb to get the rebound. He airmails it for a look, trying to beat the buzzer, and no good, but a very productive third quarter for the Wolverines as they are up 54-29 after 3, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks, and we've got the Den here. And the Den is, you know what, Coach, nothing better than athletes and students supporting fellow athletes and students. And it looks like I see some of the members of the soccer team. You see some football players. See future captain Peter Mills.
Yes, sir.
J2.
J2's always
See, it's awesome to see.
Nico.
Yep, Nico Castaldini supporting his cousin, Teddy McGowan. And that's awesome to see.
Jackson Martin, another football player.
Yes. Running back?
Running back.
Running back, yep. And a big season next year. Excited about the Wolverines. And wow, what a good play there. Patrick St. Peter. Looking like the Admiral there. Well, a roll around and then a little bit of a hook shot. As Wolverines, big lead here in the fourth quarter to start. That shot no good. The Wolverines are up 23. Thanks, Evan. Evan was helping me with the math down there. Typically, I'll have the math in my head, but I was like, carry the 2 and the 1, 23. Shot from the outside, up the front rim. Tor Webb battling for it. We get a whistle, and it's a foul on Tor.
Wow, tough one.
Man, tough break. He's been battling.
That was a good ball.
Doing a great job. So as you mentioned, girls basketball with a big win in Ashland. That ended about 25 minutes ago, so I'm curious to see if they beat the ending of the boys' game. You know, because Ashland's about a 40-minute drive.
Yeah, it is.
So
no easy way to get to Ashland from Westwood.
No,
That's
there
the
isn't.
problem.
It's typically what, 109, and then what's that street you take to get to the Hollistons and the Hopkingtons?
Oh yeah, see, I go the back way. I kind of cut up to Sherborne, and there's a nice little sneaky back road.
Do you take the Route
Dover.
27?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yep. I've taken that once or twice. GPS will send you on some interesting routes every now and then. If there's a bit of traffic, they love to show off a little bit.
Yes.
Hey, you know that route that you're used to? We got another one. It might take you to the moon and back and eventually get there, but they're always interesting. Ganson with a battle. It looks like a jump ball. What an effort there by Bass Ganson. Doesn't matter. Wolverines are up 21, and he's still battling for it. I love to see that.
That's what coaches look for. It doesn't matter what the score is. You have to compete when you're on a varsity field, or court.
Yep.
And that's what they look for. And it doesn't matter the score. It doesn't matter what the situation. You need to be competing at 100%.
Still competing, and then gets a rebound, Ganson, and he draws a foul. I love how you said on the field. You made me think of Brian Whalen, where we'd be in gym class, and he'd say, everyone meet me here at center ice. And he's on the basketball court. He goes, everyone come here to center ice. Absolute classic. So funny. So Ganson going to shoot 2. First one is good. Adding to his totals, he's got 4 now. He had a big 3 earlier. Second one, no good. It's loose. Wolverines put some pressure on. Out of bounds, going to stay with the Clockers. Love it. Still putting the pressure on. You know, when you have teams that play like it's a 0-0 game, that's all you can ask for.
It's 100%. It's the culture they create, right? And the captains demand it of themselves, and they demand it of the players, and then the players demand it of each other.
Did he get the jump ball? He did. My goodness, what an effort by Baz Ganson. And you know what part of it, too, is, Coach? I think they know that they're live on Westwood Media Center tonight, you know? They know that the millions and millions across the country that are tuning in on Westwood Cable, and then also the Westwood Media Center stream.
Super Bowl's got nothing on you.
No, some pressure. It was the packages we put together for the commercials. It was a pretty penny. And that's a big 3 there by Muthalia, who's been outstanding for Ashland. I'd love to see how many points he has. He's got to have at least 15. Very productive behind the 3-point line. Ganson, terrific job with pressure. Moves the ball up to Power, who's driving to the hoop. Goes out of bounds. Ganson had about 2 players on him, really trying to close in. He stopped on an angle, or stopped on a dime, and then threw it over to Power. Power had a nice lane to the hoop. Great visibility.
Absolutely. Great vision. Remember all the 18 metros that him and Ty used to play on, all the way growing up.
Gannon down low. That's blocked by Joseph. Nice battle going on between those two. Inbound from Power. And there we go. Was that Gannon?
That was Gannon.
Gannon again. Gannon with 4 points. And Wolverine still putting pressure defense in play. And kicking it up top. Hands of Jacob Guerrero. Back to Muthalia. To Sabdini. Back to Muthalia. Shot. Good.
He can shoot.
He is a heck of a shooter. Dangerous shooter. Right around. He can do it from the paint. He can do it from the outside. Does a good job on the dribble, too, to create some space. Power. Gannon down low. Yes. Seamus Gannon, have a day. Off the bench and very productive. These minutes are so important. I mean, these kids developing some vital confidence when it comes to, even bigger games late in the season, and then the games that really matter the most, late February, early March.
Absolutely. And if nothing else, though, and I agree with all of that, it's, you know, they work hard in practice, and, you know, it's great for them to be able to get out and get some varsity minutes. That's it, guys.
Ganson, Baz Ganson. Beautiful. Was working that to the hoop. Nice layup, great finish. And they are shining right now.
They are.
Shot outside by Joseph is good.
With a hand in his face, nice shot.
Yep. Power trying to work through double team. Did we get a timeout call? We did. So smart timeout called by head coach Ryan Douglas. And folks, following the conclusion of today's game, Verizon and Comcast viewers on the Westwood Media Center cable can watch the latest edition of Boston Sports Nuts, recapping the NFL Wild Card weekend and previewing the division round. So on Verizon, it's channels 32 and 2132, I believe, is the HD. And then Comcast, channel 8, which I believe Nancy and Charlie Donahue are watching on right now. But this is at 9 o'clock, so stick around, tune in. It's a fun show. I actually had Westwood Media Center, the channel on a bunch, and I've caught a bunch of episodes of the Sports Nuts, and you gotta love these guys. These guys remind you of the guys you're at the gym with, and you're in the locker room, and they're talking sports, and they're talking about the Red Sox bullpen. They're talking about the greatest Patriots players of all times, and they're on the money. These guys are very, very solid. So, and awesome. Evans, the executive producer of that show, does a terrific job. And last year, I think Ken did a play-by-play for the Westwood game versus Millis.
Oh, wow.
So, they bleed a little green and white, even though they're sharing guys.
That's
so,
okay.
Hey, absolutely.
We take transfers. Transfer portal's open.
Yes. It's not just the students. Hey, in the media, you want to cover some of the Wolverines? Absolutely. So, awesome timeout called there by head coach Ryan Douglas. Wolverines had a double team with not much room right by the sidelines. And now Ashland comes away with a turnover. Wolfram gets the ball back. Shot, no good. Ganson. He's been doing it all. Oh, no, that was Tor Webb.
Yeah.
Tor Webb. Fantastic effort from him, too, yeah. He was a name that Coach Douglas talked about in the preseason. Said, kid has had an outstanding preseason and named and we got a foul called on Seamus Gannon. And it will be an Ashland ball. Questionable, to say the least.
It might have been, but that's a little...
What's the old saying we said during the 80s? Basketball was a little different when they say no body bag, no foul.
That's it. You didn't need your Paul Lillas back then. No. You actually did.
You needed them, yeah. They needed ice packs mid-game. Mid-game. You had Willis Reed playing on what, like a broken tibia?
Yeah.
Like, my goodness, those guys are tough. So 3 minutes, 3 seconds remaining here in the game. The Wolverines up 21. Didn't need the math there, Evan. They made it nice and clean there. Wolverine 61, Westwood 61, Ashland 40. And Ashland's got the inbound on the far side. It's been awesome. The last couple games, Wolverines have the Wolverine cheerleaders here.
Yes.
Supporting the basketball team. Done a terrific job. They were awesome during the football season. And, it's really cool to see.
Absolutely.
The commitment to the team and,
100%. It's great that it's not just football and that they're able to get to they support other teams. They're awesome. They do a great job for us. I know
we're saying it's a long season for them too. They're there all the way to Thanksgiving as well. August to Thanksgiving. That ball kicks all the way back in the hands of Power. Ricochet and then out of bounds on Westwood, Ashland ball. So, Coach, when you sit in this gym, this is the same gym that, was here when you were in high school. There's some differences. It's got a facelift and whatnot, but does it bring back any of those old feels? Do you have any old memories that come back when you sit here in Bader?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's, I look over at the den and I can remember it was a little different back then. We had the wooden benches.
Yeah, there was splinters in those. Yeah.
But I can remember going to the girls' game, and they were a powerhouse back then. It was just undefeated season after TVL undefeated season, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, what an effort by McGowan. And it stays with Westwood. He just went flying through the air.
And again, 2 minutes left in a 21-point game, and they're still, sacrificing themselves. It's.
You know what? If your teammate's doing that, you can't let them down.
Nope.
So everyone's got to do it. It just sets the tone. Great job by Webb. Gets the ball in the hands of Zaneski. That shot is off the back rim. Power able to knock it loose. Ends up back in the hands of Webb. Power open for three. Loose. Webb gets it and keeps it in. Sends it over to Zaneski. Zaneski back to Tor Webb. Webb is looking to get it to Gannon, knocked loose, but able to recollect it. Ends up on the floor. Ashland picks it up, but out of bounds will be a Westwood ball right in front of the den. Someone just came flying out of the. Someone just hit the court. That looked like it hurt. Rich there.
He's all over it.
He's all over it. Yep. That looked painful.
I give Ashland credit. They're not stopping. Down
No, they're
21.
not.
He's still hitting
So
the ground.
well-coached
They're still
team.
battling. They compete for one another also.
Yeah. Well-coached team. Compete level's been there all game.
I'm going to guess this is a shot clock question.
Yeah. And something going on with the shot clock, and I think they're all just saying, you know what, it's a 21-point lead, minute 26. The math doesn't seem to show that you can make it happen.
No.
But
hey. I understand why it was hit, though. I mean, that looked like a change of possession, but I guess it wasn't. I mean, that's
battle for the loose ball. McGowan on the floor.
Not stopping, man.
And it's a foul on him.
All gas, no brakes.
Yep. That is how you set the tone, folks, and finish the tone. You know, it's not just setting things early in the game. It's showing how you play no matter what the score is. So, clock winding down. Almost a minute remaining here in the game. Ball goes out of bounds with 1:04 to be exact. And the Wolverines will walk away with their 7th win of the season. McGowan goes up to get it and then puts it away. That looks like Keelan McDonald in the end zone going up at the highest point. Clean catch, catch with the hands. No shoulder pads on that catch.
Nope.
Catch with the hands and then puts it away. That is how you draw it up right there. Puts Wolverines back up 23. 39 seconds and counting. Gannon with a big rebound. All these guys off the bench playing a big game, getting a lot of accumulations with the stats.
That's it.
Is this out of bounds, or I think might have been a foul call? It looks like it was a foul.
Did he call it?
I see.
I think they wanted it. I don't know if he got it.
So Zaneski. Looks like the Wolverines going to just let the clock drain. They might get a shot off. They have 17. They'll have to. They have 17 left on the shot. And now they shut the shot clock off. So 19 seconds remaining here in the game. And a very impressive night. Great bounce back win, Coach.
Absolutely.
After a tough loss on the road in Dedham. You know, this is what you want to see out of your team, the team that you know what they're made of and what they're capable of.
Absolutely, and it's crucial to be able to rebound like that. And again, it was effort throughout the whole game that, you know, just talks about, you know, their last couple of days at practice, and it just materializes into this.
Absolutely. So a big win for the Wolverines, a TVL large win, and puts the Wolverines now at 7-2 on the year. And folks, as we mentioned earlier, conclusion of this game at 9 p.m. You can catch Boston Sports Nuts on the Verizon Channel 32, 2132, and then also on Comcast Channel 8. And Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
My
this
pleasure.
was a lot of fun.
Anytime.
And want to thank the crew as well. Josh Kagan, shout out to Josh Kagan, Matt Grazza, Evan Cardamino. I am Morgan Donahue, folks. Thanks for tuning in. This game will be up on YouTube. Feel free to watch it tonight. Enjoy it. We certainly did. And we're looking forward to seeing you all on the next one. So that is going to do it here from Bader Gymnasium. Take care, folks, and we'll see you all again soon.